Nobody ever said that you had to. So why are you worried about it? You just be you.
Desire. What is right and what is wrong?
Welcome to another Monday Minutes with Michael. There is nothing more disheartening than to hear a student talk bad about themselves. And I had that happen this week, and I always wonder what are kids listening to? What are they hearing that is discouraging them to not believe in themselves? So there's one particular student, she came out of the cafeteria and she was crying, and I'm thinking, okay, what happened? Did somebody say something bad to her? Did somebody, hit her? Whatever the case may be. So what I had her do, she had to get herself together enough to tell me, and that wasn't possible at the time. So I just had to write something down, like what happened, tell me what's going on, and we can talk about it. So she did that when she got back to the classroom. So at that point, I read what this person had put on their paper, and it said, "I'm not good enough, I don't fit in, and I'm ugly." So I took this person outside, I told him, let me tell you something. You're right, you don't fit in, and you don't need to fit in. Because when you fit in and you try to be like everybody else, you lose you. You lose who you are. When you fit into a crowd, guess what? You actually get lost in that crowd. And you really don't stand out. So what I need you to do is I don't need you to fit in. I need you to stand out. Because there's only one you in this world. There's only one you that has your DNA. There's only one you that looks like you. There's only one you that cares for other people like you do. So I don't need you to fit in. I know one person on this earth that never fit in, and they crucified him. Think about that. So I told her, I said, you don't need to fit in. And as far as being, not being good, I said, you're right, you're not good. You are absolutely phenomenal. You come in, you get your work done, you're ready to learn. You are a phenomenal student. So don't you ever forget that. So here I am trying to change her mindset about how she thinks about her. And as far as her saying that she was ugly, I said, no, you're not. You're not ugly. I need you to change your mindset. So we got to think about what are these kids listening to and how can we encourage them instead of discourage them? Because we know that there are people out there, especially if you're going to school, that there's a crowd that just wants to tear you down. And they don't think twice about it, just to try to make themselves feel good. They got to have that ego. They got to be the center of attention, whatever the case may be. Those are the kind of kids and adults that we don't want to hang around, because we want to be encouraged, not discouraged. And I told her, I said, you be you. You don't try to be like everybody else. So after we got all that was said and done, she felt, I guess, better about herself. She's been great ever since. So, we gotta watch what we're saying to kids, or, just encourage them. Because life is hard enough as it is. Why do we want to sit there and try to belittle somebody else, or, try to tear them down? What good is it gonna do us? So think about that this week when you run into somebody. We never know what's going on in somebody else's life until we maybe ask, or their nonverbal language tells us what's going on. So I see it all the time in school, all the time. And if you're a teacher, just continue to encourage your students. If you're an adult in a business, encourage those around you, because I promise you that goes so far when people are feeling down. And even if they're not, just tell them, hey, you look great today, what's going on with you, whatever the case may be. But we have got to start getting kids to believe in who they are, not what people say that they are. I had a quote on my board today. It says, what I do is not who I am. And I put a quote up every day on my board, and the kids were like, I'm not sure what that means. So I explained to them, I am a teacher, but that's what I do. That's not who I am. Let me tell you who I am. So, anyways, have a great week, everybody. Whatever you do this week, just try to encourage somebody, if you can and when you can. And I promise you, that person will feel a ton bit better than they did before. So as I end every single video, continue to live your life with grace, gratitude, and greatness. Continue to protect your peace and be that light for somebody that may be living in the darkness, because you never know, something that you could say to somebody else could just absolutely brighten their day and just get them to change everything that they think about themselves. Have a great week, and we will see you next week on Monday Minutes with Michael.